All right, hi everyone. Thank you for coming to the Central Library today. I'm Kevin Alcuni, a librarian here in the Exploration and Creativity Department with Los Angeles Public Library.
And I'm Celia Avila de Santiago. I am the senior librarian of the department, and we are here to welcome you to today's program, Charles Phoenix and special guest Fu Hauser, Murch Motel, and Hood historian. You can all clap here.
All right, before we begin, we'd like to take a moment to thank our behind-the-scenes staff for helping bring the LA Made programs to you. LA Made focuses on the diverse landscape of Los Angeles, highlighting the immense artistic and performance talent that has developed in the course of the city's eclectic history. If you'd like to see more of our amazing programs, please visit our online calendar at lapl.org/events. And for our LA Made programs, visit lapl.org/LAMade. We'd also like to take this opportunity to recognize and acknowledge the first people of this land, honor their elders past and present, as well as their descendants who are citizens of these nations. For more information on which territory you may reside on, check out native-land.ca.
So before we start, just a couple of other housekeeping tips before we begin. Please silence your electronic devices so as to not distract our amazing speakers this afternoon. And also, please take a moment to note the location of the exits at the back and side of the auditorium, just in case of an emergency. If you parked in the garage underneath the library today, you can get your parking ticket validated at the information desk in the main lobby, and the parking will only be $1 as long as you parked after 1 p.m. and leave before 5 p.m. All you have to do is show your library card, and we'll stamp your ticket. Also, lastly, please no eating or drinking in the auditorium unless it's bottled water. Bathrooms are down the hall to your right.
All right, now for today's amazing program, please join us as we welcome world-famous pop culture author and explorer Charles Phoenix for a fun-filled afternoon of storytelling. Woo! And some of today's most vibrant and dynamic historians, including Fu Hauser, Murch Motel, and Hood historian. Learn something new about the city you live in. Sorry, I don't have it memorized. All right. So the way today's program is going to work, Charles will come out first and present some of his slides, and then afterwards, each of our guests will come out and present their own material and chat with Charles. And now let's welcome our host for today's program, Charles Phoenix. Woo! All right. Yeah. All right.
Ready? Oh, my mic is over here. Hello. Wait, is this working? Hello. Testing. 1, 2, 3. It's working. Okay, you can hear me? Good. A most gracious good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the LA Public Library. How much do we seriously love the library? Our favorite place in all the land. Have you guys been in the rotunda to see the greatest light fixture in the known universe? The globe light fixture? If you have never seen the globe light fixture in the rotunda here at the library, maybe you should just go there right now and look at it, and we'll wait for you, because it is so amazing. It's so unbelievable. Anyway, I'm so glad to be here today. I'm so happy to be asked to be here today. We are celebrating Los Angeles because we love LA. Yes. Well, let's say it all together on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. We love LA. Okay, that was so much better than I was expecting. You guys were like completely on key. There was even harmony. No, that was really good, you guys. So anyway, the library called and said, would you like to do a program here? I said, well, I'd be honored. Thank you. I'd be delighted. And they said, well, what is exactly that you want to do? I said, well, I want to do something different than what I usually do. And so they said, okay, well, what would that be? And I said, I want to have guests. I want to be like a talk show host. I want to be like Jimmy Kimmel. So let's have a Jimmy Kimmel-style talk show here at the library. So they said, okay, that's fine. Who do you want to have as your guests? And I said, well, I didn't even have to think about it. I knew, and you're going to meet them. Did you already hear about them? Did they tell you? So, okay, well, it'll all work out in good time. Oh, yeah, here they are, right here. Murch Motel, Hood. Sorry, I should look at the monitors. I'm not used to, like, having a talk show. There's not usually a monitor. I forgot. Murch Motel, Hood historian, and Fu Hauser, and then that's me. So anyway, they said to me, they said that I had a little bit of time, and everyone has some time, and we all have some time, and we're going to take some time to enjoy Los Angeles and environs. I will tell you that I grew up in Ontario, California. I grew up on a used car lot, which was a very big part of my education. I did not pay attention at school. I paid attention at shopping malls, Disneyland, and my dad's used car lot. That's where I learned everything I needed to know about everything that I've ever done. So I'm not trying to talk trash about schools, it's just that I talked the whole time and did not pay attention. So anyway, everything was going just fine, and then when I was about 30, I discovered a box of slides in a thrift store, which changed the course of my life. How many people in this room have ever been thrift shopping? Oh, so practically everybody. How many have never been thrift shopping? Not one hand. Yeah, no, I mean, I love to basically, well, actually, you know what really I want to say is that, you know, I found starting at the age of 14, when I first started thrift shopping, that thrift shops were museums of merchandise, schools of style, and the perfect place for me to study the underbelly of our mass consumerism culture. So I paid attention also in thrift stores. I forgot that. That was the other place I got that was finishing school, actually. It was like college. Anyway, everything was going just fine. I was thrift shopping up a storm one day when I was 30 years old, working as a fashion designer in downtown Los Angeles. I was in a thrift store, and what in the world did I find but a box of someone else's old slides, Kodachrome slides. Maybe some of you know what they are. They're little square things like a cardboard square with a little transparency in the middle. That's a slide. And so I started collecting other people's old slides, and I've been collecting ever since. And today, I'm going to show you, I just picked random, I didn't think about it too much, I just went in my collection, and because they said show some slides, and I didn't want to think about it too much, I just wanted to show some. So I'm going to just show you some random slides that I found. This is Shields Date Garden. This picture was taken at about 1951, 52, when they first opened the showroom there. Shields' new sales room. And then I will tell you, this place is still there in Indio. Shields, the big guy, the knight in shining armor, pointing the way to the front door to all the passersby on Old Highway 111. He is still standing there. The place is one of the great time warps of all of Southern California. And this is the ultimate place on the planet to get the local food of the Coachella Valley, which would be the... Wait, who are you people? Wait. Seriously, even that was in harmony. What's going on here? I hear the angels singing. Anyway, yeah, so I happen to love a good time capsule. I love to look through the layers of time everywhere I go. I'm always trying to peek through the layers of time. Nothing ever stays the same. Everything's always changing, but some things kind of do hold on. So anyway, the other thing about this place is I was there and I thought, you know, I'm going to ask the owners if they have any slides of Mr. and Mrs. Shields from back in the day, because it's been there 99 years now. And so the current owners, I found out, well, I met them. They said, yeah, well, here's the owners, meet them. Okay, so they said, oh, come into our office. I said, okay, fine. So I sat down, and they said, we're potato farmers from Idaho. And we bought this place like 9 years ago because we were so bored with potatoes. So bored. That we wanted something to do that would be interesting to us. So why not grow dates? And so they did. Dates, by the way, are nature's caramel. You know that. Anyway, so what happened is that I said, do you have any slides, old slides of Mr. and Mrs. Shields? Well, as a matter of fact, we do. I said, okay, fantastic. So they said, here they are. Look through them. There weren't that many, but there were enough. So I put a few to the side, and they said, do you want to borrow those? I'm like, yeah, I do. Actually, I'm like more like, I want to steal them. But anyway, so they said, okay, well, just make sure you bring them back. And so I went out, I walked out the front door, and there was a couple standing there by the Shields, big Shields guy, and the knight in shining armor, and they said, excuse me, will you take our picture, please? We're from Missouri. Well, naturally, people from Missouri, you start to talk. And the next thing you know, I'm taking their picture, and everything's fine. Okay, thank you. Have a wonderful trip. See you later. Bye. So then I got in the car, and as I was driving up Highway 111, I was like, I'm going to start looking at the slides, because, you know, some people text and drive. I actually look at slides and drive. So I reached over to get them where they would be on the seat next to me, and they weren't there. I'm like, oh no. I reached in the back seat, oh no, where are they? I'm like, oh no, I left them on the roof of the car. So naturally, I knew that I had to turn around, and I leapt out of the car, knowing the physics of the finish of the wax on the top of my car versus the finish on the paper of the bottom of the Kodachrome box from the 50s. I knew exactly where they would all be, spread out all over Highway 111. So, including my loop, the thing that you look through. So I jumped out of my car, parked right back in the parking lot, jumped right out of my car, and I knew I would see them because they're sparkly, slides are sparkly. And so I leapt into the middle of Highway 111, and like Diana Ross and the Supremes and Superman, I said, stop! 3 lanes of oncoming traffic going 55 miles an hour. Stop, stop, stop. They all stopped, and I could see all the 9 slides that I borrowed, got them all, got back in the car, and went on my way. Oh, uh-oh. That's not supposed to happen. Sears, North Hollywood, Valley Plaza, 1954. This is mid-century modernity. This is, okay, there are a couple of things about this that are so spectacular. First of all, I guess that it's pretty obvious. The sign is like super scale signage. I mean, this is the very definition of super signage. Don't you love how it's handwritten like that? Because the mood is up. And the standard of living is flying high. That's why it's written that way. Not only that, it is the scale of a title on a drive-in movie theater screen. You are not going to miss this driving by. A, and B, don't you love the perfect little accessory on the side there? A pair of palms to just kind of, you know, give it a little movement that it doesn't have. I know, it's like a dancing palms. I just love this. So the building is partly still there, I think, but Sears, we could go on about Sears. Oh, I have good Sears stories, but, well, they involve the Husky Boy department for jeans and the candy counter, but we don't need to go there right now. Uh-oh, what's going on? Okay, this is Alhambra. I'm not sure exactly what year, judging by the cars, early 50s there. I actually do believe this was the 4th Golden Arch McDonald's ever built. The first Golden Arches body style of McDonald's was actually in Phoenix, Arizona. The 3rd one, and the only one still standing that is a genuine, authentic from the 1950s, is, of course, in the city of... Okay. Oh. I knew we were going to get along well, but I didn't know it was going to be like this. Oh, I know. Anyway, yeah, so of course, I guess it wouldn't take a rocket scientist to realize this is a mid-century modern masterpiece of the absolute highest order, and the one still standing in Downey is one of the great cultural and mid-century modern architectural treasures of the entire known universe. Am I right or wrong? Oh. I know. We weep. Okay, this is the San Onofre Nuclear Power Plant Visitor Center. I know. I love it. The dome, roof line and everything, like the orange beams matching that lady's orange dress, which, by the way, is the exact dress, I swear, that my mother was wearing when we went to Sears in Pomona one day in probably about 1969, and we were going to walk in the door, and all of a sudden she's like, oh, look, over there, there's a petting zoo. Let's go. And I'm like, yeah, let's go. So we went to the petting zoo, and I'm like petting a goat or whatever, and then all of a sudden I hear my mother go, oh, no, oh, God, oh. And I'm like, turn around, what's the matter, mother dear? And she said, a goat ate a hole in the back of my dress. And it was that exact dress. I'll never forget. I don't know why. But also the car, that's the 1958 Skyliner by Ford in turquoise and cream. And that is actually a very rare kind of a car because the trunk went up backwards and the hardtop roof went into the trunk, and then the trunk folded down backwards and hid the hardtop roof line. So it was a hardtop retractable. I believe that there's maybe a BMW or something now that does that, but they were way ahead of their time with that. But anyway, the reason why this car is so significant to me is because I'll never forget, is everything okay? Oh, I better hurry up. Oh gosh, my time's running out. Well, when I was 8 years old, my aunt came over and my cousins. We were going to Disneyland. It was my birthday, and they pulled up in that car in that color. And I thought to myself, and it was missing a wheel cover. And I thought, I'm going to have to ride all the way from Ontario to Anaheim in a car missing a wheel cover. I was only 8 years old. Anyway, I better hurry because we're supposed to go. Ralph's. I think this is North Hollywood. This is a 1930s streamlined okay, I better calm down. 1930s streamlined, modern building, and kind of redressed for the 1950s. The newest car here is 1955. So, by the way, if you kind of squint your eyes a little bit, you can see that Abraham Lincoln there on that sign tower. You get the joke? Abraham Lincoln? Okay, never mind. Anyway, this is the Queen in her court, the Joshua Tree turtle races. That's a 1959 Chrysler product, I can tell by the bubble windshield, and covered with toilet paper, roses or whatever, toilet paper flowers. Where have all the toilet paper flowers in our world gone? We don't see them anymore. But yeah, don't you love them? I know. And then that turtle, by the way, was made by Howard Pierce of Claremont, and it's still in Desert Hot Springs. Joshua Tree. It's on the side of the road, just sitting there. You can see it when you drive by. It's just like this big. Yeah, you can see it. I better hurry, though. Valley Drive-In Movie Theater. This was the theater I went to as a kid, the largest neon mural. It was in Montclair. Anyway, one night we drove by and the blue Bible was out. The neon on the Bible was out. And I'm like, uh-oh, that's not a good sign. This is Compton, 1958. A luau going on in the backyard. I love to always look at all the details there. Oh, I never noticed there's a Jell-O mold up there by the guy in the light blue pants. Looks like in red, kind of. And then down below in that casserole dish, that looks like a Spam casserole. Spam with pineapple on top. I know, and then there's some rolls. Just imagine you could spread that on the rolls. It'd be delicious. You know it would be. Okay, Wonder Bowl. This is Anaheim. This is where the Incredicoaster at California Adventure is. This was there. This is a Googie style bowling alley. Perhaps the most, the most ballet-like sign ever in the history of signage here in Southern California. Clearly a mid-century modern masterpiece and no fear of color. I know, isn't it gorgeous? I just never can believe like this actually even existed. Like, I want to go bowling there. And this is the Eastland Shopping Center in West Covina, built in 1957, the first freeway side shopping center ever built in Southern California. And I will tell you, as a child going there, I'm like, even when I was like 3 years old, I'm like, okay, I get it. Disneyland's the best place we go. Knott's Berry Farm, second best place we go. Eastland Shopping Center, third best place. It was like Tomorrowland. Look at it. I know. So it actually is still there, but they bulldozed everything. And on the pad that they built that on, they built newer places like Target and stuff like that. But we're not talking about Target right now. We're talking about, that's it. Okay, how's my timing? Was that good, Kevin? Yes. Okay, now you guys, thank you. So now it is my honor to do what I've always wanted to do, be a talk show host, and introduce my first guest. Q Holmes, where are you? Q Holmes, step right on up. On Instagram, known as Hood Historian, right over this way. Please, right this way. Q Holmes, ladies and gentlemen. So happy that you're here. Please have a seat. Sit right over there. I think this is the way it goes. Oh, is my microphone having troubles? Yes, it is. Okay, fine. No more. Okay, now you get that. And so, Q, does it work?
It's working. Here we go.
There it is.
All right.
So I have a few questions for you, since this is like a talk show.
All right.
So I saw you on Instagram. I'm a big fan of your Instagram, Hood Historian. And I thought, when they said, who do you want to have as a guest? You were right there at the top of the list, and here you are.
Well,
so thank you for being here.
I really appreciate it.
So tell us a little bit about your background, what you do, and all that jazz.
All right. I'm a history lover, thanks to Hugh Hauser in the 80s and 90s. And especially local history, LA history, SoCal, and California, to be exact. But I'm a truck driver and a school bus driver, and I work a lot, but I love history even more. Yes.
Well, yeah, I can see it's clear because of your Instagram, like the way you cover and how you cover and your sensibility and the stories you love to tell.
Yes.
They're just always so rich and deep.
Yes.
So why don't you start with some of your slides that you brought to share with us, and it's all going to be a surprise to me. So.
All right, let's go.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, we went out of order? You were supposed to be the first guest? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Well, you might have to be the first guest if you're in line here. Uh-oh. Kevin, what do we do? Kevin. Houston, we have a problem.
Okay, we can, here we go.
We can't skip through, though.
Exactly.
Oh, there we are. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, NASA control in Houston fixed it. Thank you. Okay, we're back.
All right, here we go. So this is my favorite woman photo from the 1950s, South LA, or South Central, as a lot of people call it. And she's a sassy looking lady.
Who is she?
I'm not sure, but I got it from the, but she's someone's grandmother, someone's grandmother back in the day.
I love the fact she's driving a 53 Chevy and the car is missing a wheel cover.
Yes. And this is from the early 60s. It's a women's group, a women's social club, and they're promoting a Sarah Vaughan featured concert. And so this was a publicity photo.
So where do you think that you found this photo?
I got it from the Long Beach, LA Public Library collections.
LAPL?
Yes.
Online, the
Yeah.
archive?
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. You know, when I look at a photo like this, I mean, not terribly unlike yourself, I'm sure, Q, I look at every single detail, the legs on the furniture, the clothes they're wearing, the people themselves. I mean, the people are the crowning touch, the lampshades, everything.
Yes. I look at everything, and I think they spelled Sarah Vaughan's names wrong on that poster.
They did?
Yes.
Vaughn? Did they, you guys? I guess.
Well,
You tell me.
I think they did.
Okay.
When I look it up online, it's different. But yes, look at the wall, and look at their shoes, their dress.
That lampshade.
Yes.
I know.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on. This is from the late 1940s in South Central. And it's a backyard get-together. So,
Again, the clothes, just the people, the faces. I mean, you know, one thing I've learned from looking at so many vintage photos is, I mean, I hate to bring it up, and I don't mean to take it to a deeper place, but mortality. I mean, you like look at these people and you go like they've had their time. It's kind of gives you a sense of our own mortality. I don't mean to like bring it down, but no, we're just taking it to a real place. I mean, that's part of this.
yes, it is.
You know?
Yes, it is. It's like they're all together now, but one day someone's not going to be there, and then life happens for whatever reason.
And then later they'll all be together again,
Yeah, exactly.
somewhere over the rainbow.
Exactly. So this is for Daddy Grant's barbecue pit. So it's the application for, actually they want to put a notice out to sell alcohol. And Fred Grant was the guy's name, and this is from the 1930s. And this is the restaurant right there.
Do you know where that was?
It was on Washington Boulevard. So
What's it called? It's Daddy Grant's Old Time Pit Barbecue.
yeah, this is 1930s. So that name makes me hungry.
I know, makes me
Yeah.
hungry. By the way, I'm sure that you like to go, like me, to Chris and Pitt's Barbecue, the oldest barbecue
yes.
place in Southern California.
Oh yes, I've been there. It's so tasty.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So
Too tasty.
yes, and the thing about this in LA, like small businesses makes LA makes us, you know, and we all have memories of small businesses. So they were just average Joes trying to make a living, but to other people, it's like, oh, my dad had that, and we used to go there. And
That's why I like to only trade, as my great Aunt Maddie used to say, trade at mom and pop shops as much as possible. I do all my trading. Like, I don't go to the chains as much as possible.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to see me in Starbucks.
yeah, I understand that, because small business makes the they're so special and unique.
Exactly.
So now we're going to Long Beach. Now the area between MLK, 21st, Orange, and 20th, they have tons of palm trees. And growing up, I'm like, why why does this area have tons of many palm trees? And check it out. You see all those palm trees? So I'm like, why? I always ask myself, why? Why this? Why? And it's just situated in that area right there. So I'm going down 20th Street, and I'm approaching Orange, and you can see those palm trees. So I'm getting somewhere.
No, you are getting somewhere.
Yeah.
We're feeling it.
Oh yes. So this is the day of the parade. I said, let me get some palm tree footage. So I drove my bus that day, and so I got some footage. And then we got some more footage going down 20th Street, looking at all the palm trees.
Which is, oh, sorry.
Yes. So I'm like, why are these palm trees here? So I found out. It took me a while too, because there's nothing. You just have to dig in the newspapers.
So why?
I'm about to show you.
Oh,
Okay, and you can see those palm trees on the Warren G. Regulate album from 1994. Mike Miller took this picture, and it's on Warren G's world famous album cover. And you can see the 2-1 in Lewis, that infamous intersection in Long Beach, and you can see the palm trees. Okay, so anyway, from the early 1900s to the 1920s, the neighborhood was called Palm Place. And here's an advertisement.
so it would be like, where do you live? We live in Palm Place. Where do you live?
Exactly.
Palm
Exactly.
Place.
Yes, from the
Bring
early
it back.
I'm telling you, bring it back. They call the high school still there, Poly, but on Google Maps it's called the Poly High area. That's kind of boring, They need to bring back the old name.
Well, we can start right now.
Yeah. So there you go.
Palm Place.
And there it goes right there.
I mean, there's nothing more quintessential than those tall palms.
Exactly.
There's so many of them. There are, a lot of neighborhoods in South LA and palm tree lined streets, and it's just always kind of a euphoria driving down them, is it not?
Exactly.
I mean, you guys feel it too,
It
right?
makes you feel good.
I know.
There's nothing like, I have a sunroof, so I have my sunroof open, and you can see the palms, driving through them. So.
Living the dream.
Exactly. On a sunny day. Gotta be sunny.
Thanks for adding. That's like a song cue. Should we do a song?
I
Do you
can't
sing?
I play trombone.
You
so,
do?
Yeah.
Isn't that a song cue, you guys? And on a sunny day?
Yeah.
So is that all your
That's
slides?
it, yes.
So what's your current obsession right now besides Palm Place? Are you on to something like since you've found those images?
It's never ending. So yeah, so the next, I have so much to do, and I cover so much. So I did the drive-ins in Long Beach, so I might move on to the next drive-in, the Circle drive-in.
So the Circle Drive-In. Have you seen that footage online of Beanies, the fast food stand? Some of the greatest home movie footage ever of all time. Somebody in 1953 took home movies, you can see it on YouTube, of Beanies. It was a drive-through hamburger stand, and it's just so beautiful and so magical and so charming. And that was right next door to the Circle Drive-In.
Exactly, on Examino and PCH, and I found a Beanie doll at the thrift store, and you pull it, and it talks.
Did you bring it with you?
No.
Oh, darn it.
I have it somewhere.
But you said something that you just said a moment ago. Keywords, it's never ending.
Yeah.
It's never ending. It is never ending.
Exactly. The thing about our content is never ending, and it's endless.
I said in my book, what was it? One of the books I did, I said the pop culture explosion that happened. I said in the United States because it was all about the United States, but really no more so than here, was a pop cultural explosion of the absolute highest order, second in scale, only to the Big Bang. I mean, the pop culture of Southern California is just, it's like, it's the Big Bang, you know what I mean? So much, it's never ending. And what a privilege and a pleasure to cover it.
Thank you.
And to have you here and doing what you do. Hood historian, ladies and gentlemen.
I appreciate it.
And it will be required that at the end of this event that you all go on your Instagram and you follow all 3 of my guests today. So Hood Historian is the first one. So
Thank you.
Do you have any finishing final thoughts, commentary, predictions of the future, or recollections of the past?
I'm gonna keep on going and keep on trucking.
Thank you, Q, so much. So I think that just like a classic talk show, that the first guest moves over to the second chair and then the next guest sits here. Does that make sense? That's the way it goes, right? Yeah. And my next guest, now I need the clicker. What'd you do with it? Oh, here it is. My next guest is Merch Motel, Barkev. Are you ready, Barkev? Ladies and gentlemen, it's Barkev Merch Motel. Where do we begin? Hi, Barkev. How are you doing? Good. So please have a seat. Here's the clicker. You're driving this rocket ship through outer space right now. So we've known each other for a while, actually, and I'm a big fan of all the things that Barkev does online and all of the things, the products that he makes and everything else like that. And I wanted to have you here too because you're Barkev and you're Merch Motel.
Well, thank you.
So please take it away.
I will. Well, first I want to say thank you to the Los Angeles Library for having us, and thank you to you, Charles Phoenix, for inviting us. And you deserve your own round of applause, a huge round of applause. I'm not sure if the mic is on. I hope it is.
Thank you.
You've really paved the way ahead of your times, very inspirational and impactful. And you deserve your flowers every day because you've done a lot for everybody.
Thank you.
For us to appreciate and enjoy what is still here.
There's so much.
Yeah. So my name is not Merch Motel. My name is Barkev. And what I do is for the last several years, I've been documenting mid-century architecture. My favorite thing in the entire world ever are vintage neon signs. I think they're the coolest thing, and it's a dying form of art. I have a background in product, toy design, graphic design, so I sort of merged everything I love, and now I will work with historic legacy businesses and also design products for them. So that's really exciting to do, as well as documenting all these great places. On this list, I'm sure you know Norm's Coffee Shop, beautiful and wonderful. And that's a great mascot named Mr. Milk Bottle in Pomona, which you're familiar with.
I
as
am.
well,
I
right?
grew up in Ontario, so yes, it's still there.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Are
He's so
all these
cool.
things still there? Yeah, Norm's, Magic Lamp, and Mr. Milk Bottle. What a random choice, Mr. Milk Bottle.
He's so cute. What do
He
you
is.
mean? Of course.
We should all go there and have a party.
Yeah, like just party in the parking lot. So Magic Lamp Inn in Rancho Cucamonga is incredible. You guys should go there. They just recently reopened. But I want to start off with something that I love so much, which are motels, mid-century motels. And Route 66 is always so fun to drive through. On the left over there, you'll see a really colorful lobby, which was in Pasadena, and it's the La Casa Inn Motel.
What did you say? What?
Which is in Pasadena, excuse me.
Like, please.
Yes.
If that goes, we're gonna have to have a funeral.
So motels are fun. What's your favorite motel? Do you have one?
Well, you know the Pink Motel out in
Oh,
San
yes.
Fernando. That's
That
a good
one's
one.
beautiful.
I mean, there are so many. The Safari Inn, but you've got it right there.
Yeah, so the Safari Inn in Burbank, really beautiful neon sign, and they have a pool. I love the reflection of neon on water. So when it rains, I love to drive around and find all those neon signs and just see the road lighting up as well. And color TV is always really exciting. People sort of make fun of me when I tell them I love those color TV signs, and they think it's so outdated and strange that motels still advertise color TV. I'm like, no, I want the color TV advertisement, the air-conditioned rooms, and sometimes they still have the waterbed signs, which is pretty interesting. I don't know if they still do have waterbeds. I doubt it, but it's fun.
Are there still waterbeds in the world, you guys? Okay.
Does
You
anyone
must
have
have
one?
one. You were the first one to say yes.
You have one or you had? Amazing.
Did it burst? No. Okay, good.
We should all go buy some waterbeds. And of course, coffee shops, diners. You do a really good job at explaining how we call them diners now when they were originally coffee shops.
Well, you know, the term diner, which has been reapplied since about the 1990s to what we used to call coffee shops in the mid-century era, originally like eating places that weren't restaurants, more breakfast and lunch places like cafes became diners, and then somehow in the 50s, like in the Googie era, they started calling them coffee shops. And then I believe it was Denny's in the 1990s who rebranded Denny's as Denny's Diner. And so then all of a sudden everybody started calling them diners again, lest they be confused with coffee shops which were like Starbucks. So anyway, I mean, to me, it's like if we're going to go to Norm's or to Pan's or something, I'm going to say we're going to go to a coffee shop, but other people would say diner because I'm old-fashioned.
Well, there you go. That's Chips in Hawthorne. We went to Chips once together, and they served us chips before our breakfast. So Chips at Chips, pretty great. What really excites me, of course, we have that Googie architecture, neon signs, again, the best thing in the entire world, as well as colorful interiors, which I love so much. That blue interior is Ray's Restaurant in Santa Monica, and right next door, well, next door in the photo, not in real life, is Bob's Big Boy in Burbank. And of course, Pan's is incredible with that neon sign on top and that Googie building. But yeah, I love them so much.
I know, we have to go to them, you guys. They need us.
Yeah,
They
we
need us.
definitely
Pans
do.
and Rays. Oh,
So mascots, you asked why I have Mr. Milk Bottle up there, because I love mascots and characters. We need to bring those back for sure. Circus Liquor is the coolest neon sign ever. It's huge and crazy and wacky. I love circus-themed anything. So when my friends visit from out of town, I take them to Circus Liquor. Sometimes I don't tell them what they're gonna see, and they just see a giant clown towering over them, and they get confused why I brought them there. But I mean, come on. And then you know that little guy in the bottom. Well, you know all of them. Which one would you say is your favorite?
well, they all are different. I mean, for different reasons. I mean, Chicken Head or Chicken Boy.
Chicken Boy,
Sorry,
yeah.
not Chicken Head. Chicken Boy was repurposed. I mean, he used to be a giant muffler man.
Yeah.
So, and then he got a chicken head on top of him when he was repurposed for a restaurant down here on Broadway.
Yes.
Probably about 45 years ago, I'm guessing.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
I'm just
and
gonna
now
agree.
he's in
Highland Park. So years ago, I dressed up as Chicken Boy for Halloween, and all my coworkers had no idea what was going on. And I showed them the statue, and they all said that was really scary. But I think he's incredible.
I do too.
He's named the Statue of Liberty of Los Angeles, as he should be. He's beautiful. Next to him is Bob's, of course. We all know Bob's. And I love that little, people always say he looks like a Peanuts character at Fossman's Ice Cream in Alhambra. They have him hanging on the wall. There are two of him, I believe. And above him is a little cow from Driftwood Dairy.
Drifty.
Yeah, Drifty the cow.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you guys, I mean, notice the level of whimsy that we're experiencing here. I mean, it seemed like in that mid-century era, whimsy was a motif, you know, and color was of the order. I just drove by a McDonald's on the way over here, and it was painted solid gray, and I'm like, why?
No.
Why? Why?
It should be illegal, to be honest.
you.
I'm trying to click, but we'll
Click.
see if it'll go.
Clicking.
Clicking. Oh,
click,
close
click,
your eyes, close your eyes. There we go. Okay, so themed restaurants are also really fun. Themed motels, themed anything. I think it seems extremely random that there is a umbrella-themed food stand. This is located in Inglewood. Of course, I think it is incredible. The signage has an umbrella on top. The building is shaped like an umbrella, and the lighting fixtures are umbrellas. So who doesn't want an umbrella-themed building? I don't know. I think everyone does. So themed places, very cool. We need more of them. Goes back into the whole whimsy aspect of the world. Why would you want a gray box? I don't understand. I love oversized, huge objects, programmatic architecture, and all of that. You were saying that there was another umbrella building, right?
Well, there were three of the parent restaurants were called the Parasol, and one was in Seal Beach. It's still there. It's a Panera. It looks like a giant flying saucer, kind of. So Seal Beach Panera is the parent, the last one of the bigger versions of this. Yes.
Wow. I should go visit that. I've never
Uh-oh,
seen
I
that.
always have my
Uh-oh.
ringer off. I'm terribly sorry. I never have my
No, it's good. You got to make an impact,
Oh,
you know?
Elsa from San Diego is calling.
You should pick up.
No,
Let's talk to
no.
him.
That wouldn't be
All
appropriate.
right. So another themed restaurant. I grew up going here. This is Northwoods Inn, Clearman's Northwoods Inn in San Gabriel.
Oh, Where do we begin to behold the glory?
Yes. Their cheesy bread, wow, 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 amazing. I always go and get the all-you-can-eat cheesy bread with the salad, the cabbage salad, and just have a million rounds of those. And sometimes a baked potato. But this building is so sick because I love that it'll be like a 100-degree summer day and you can just go to a snowy cabin in LA. I mean, why not? Very weird. Love, love, love so much. This is the first Clearman's Northwoods Inn that was built in San Gabriel. It was originally in Monrovia, I believe.
It
And then
was.
was it the construction of the freeway they had to move it?
The 210
Yeah.
went through and they had to move it log by log because it's actually a real log building, which, you know, it's like, and stained glass is real. Everything's real there.
Incredible.
I mean, except for the fake snow on the roof.
No, that's real too.
Oh, it is
Yeah.
real. It's weird. It's refrigerated, I guess.
So I love going in there, and you can throw your peanut shells on the floor, and that's always what I remember. So I took my nephew there. We got 5 minutes. I took my nephew there once because he's like, you know, the typical boy who loves throwing things everywhere. So I was like, well, this restaurant, you can actually throw the peanut shells on the floor. And he was like, no way. So he started chucking peanuts at everyone. I'm like, no, you're not supposed to hit people. You just toss it on the floor. So he thought it was really exciting, which I agree. And then I wanted to sort of end it off with sort of paying an homage to a bunch of great coffee shops, restaurants, diners that have closed over the last few years. On the left is Rod's Grill in Arcadia. It was a beautiful mid-century building, and it closed a few years ago, and it was completely gutted now. In the middle is Dinah's. I'm not too sure what happened to the building.
Dinah's Fried Chicken.
Yeah, Dinah's Fried Chicken. And
fried
those,
chicken.
yes, and the saucer sort of ceiling. That, I was just saying, I love the lights up here. They have like that saucer shape. And on the right was the pantry in Los Angeles, which I hope will reopen. That's why I think it's so important to go to all these places like you were mentioning earlier and just support these wonderful businesses, family-owned small shops.
Well, not only that, you get a boutique experience. When you
Totally.
step into these one-off places, you're feeling the deep spirit of the soul of these places that does not exist in corporate America in the same way at all. You're getting all the love and hard work and devotion that the owners have put into these businesses. Oftentimes, they're second or third generation. And I mean, we need them. We need them. We need them. They need us. We need each other. So if you want to enhance the quality of your life, try like going mom and pop shops as much as possible, restaurants, whatever, in these colorful places that Barkev is showing us. I mean, you'll be in a good mood for like a month and a half afterwards.
Definitely a year and a half.
Oh, for eternity,
There you go.
actually.
So yeah, it's beautiful. I love it so much. I think it's so important to go to all these places, look at all the signs, drag all your friends with you, and make them love them too. They are a part of our culture, our community. A lot of these places are owned by different families, and they're just independent, beautiful spaces that are very, very, very important, and we should continue to support.
Yeah, unique experiences.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank
that
you,
was fun.
Barkev. Wow.
Cool.
Woo! So I guess, like the classic talk show, you move down now, because now it is time to introduce my next guest. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Foo Hauser on Instagram, also known as Javier Servin. Right this way, please, Javier. Hello, Javier. How are you? Come on in. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Oh, no, this isn't a game show. It's a talk show. I forgot. Oh, you've got your mic right here. There you go. Everything's fine. So,
See.
there you go. So you're flying this rocket ship. Where are we going?
All right, so first of all, thank you to Kevin and all the staff from LA Made for inviting us. Thank you for inviting us on here, and it's an honor because I follow Barkev and I follow Q, so it's awesome to be up here. And I wanted to give a shout out to Christina Rice and all the staff that preserves all the photo map and special collections, because I made sure to get the pictures from the online database called Tessa. If you haven't seen it, check it out, because they put a lot of hard work into putting this together. But I basically want to talk about like 3 of my obsessions.
Please.
Right. So I'm obsessed with programmatic architecture. For those of you that don't know, it started in 1920s and 30s when car culture was taking off. And it was kind of like, why am I going to have a sign on the outside of my restaurant when I could just make a restaurant that looks like what I'm selling, right? So, you know, that's why you have your, you know, the ones that we're thankful they're still with us, you know, Tail of the Pup, Randy's Donuts. But my favorite building is the Tamale building in East LA. And, you know, it's kind of funny because, you know, at the turn of the century, tamales were like the street food in LA. And so you had people that would go out and, you know, sell tamales out of their little wagons. And there was this one guy, his name was Charles Wilhite, and he got a patent for a tamale-shaped wagon. He was going to call it the Tamale Inn, and that's how he was going to set himself apart from all the other wagons. But he eventually gave up on that idea, and he built the Tamale in East LA. So, you know, I just like the idea of going to a giant tamal, eating, you know, a tamale there, tamale pie, you know, that stuff that you can't get anymore. So, you know, you have this picture, you have, I don't know who this lady is, but, you know, she's showing her wares outside of the giant, you know, the giant tamale. And this is just another view of it, and it's still there. It's on Whittier Boulevard. Unfortunately, it's like shoehorned now between like a doctor's office and like a travel agency, but it's still there. And you know, people always talk about what would you do if you won the lottery. If I won the lottery, I would move the tamale somewhere where it could be appreciated, and I would reopen it as a restaurant. Because right now, in the '80s, they split it in half, and there was a dentist office and a hair salon. I don't know about you, but I don't think I'd want to get a root canal at a giant, you know, tamal. But then the salon took over the whole building, but now it's just sitting there abandoned, you know, and it needs a little love. So that's what I would do.
Miracle that it still survives. It's what year? 1926.
This was in I think the
So 99 years it's been sitting there.
Yeah. You know, and like
This is deep. This is really an important piece of Southern California history. And we kind of like, oh yeah, that is cool. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing! Guys, I know.
Yeah, so you know, so programmatic architecture is like that's one of my obsessions, right? So that's why I had to do that. And then my next obsession is animal farms. We used to have a lot of animal farms here in LA, and it's kind of funny to me that like, you know, you would be like, oh, let's all jump on the red line, let's go out to El Monte and let's go see some lions, or let's go to Lincoln Heights and see some alligators at the alligator farm, or ostriches at Costin Ostrich Farm in Pasadena, or Monkey Island in Hollywood.
Oh.
You know, so you know, and like they always, every one of them, whenever you read, they're like, oh, that was the Disneyland of their time, right? So they say that about the Gaze Lion Farm in El Monte. And so I just thought like this picture is like so like ridiculous of like at the time where you have all these, you know, these little girls, you know, holding hands with a lion in the middle. And this lion farm, it actually started in the Westlake MacArthur Park area. It was started by a husband and wife who were circus performers, Charles and Muriel Gay. And they outgrew the spot, and then they found a 5-acre plot in El Monte. They opened it up, and you know, at their peak, they had 200 lions. And but they would have stuff like, you know, some of their lions got loaned out to movies. So one of their lions, I believe it was Numa, was in Charlie Chaplin's The Circus. And then Slats and Jackie were the first MGM lions. So I believe Slats was the first lion with no roar. And then Jackie was the one that you actually heard roar for the first time. But this is the kind of, let's go back.
What year did it close?
It closed, so it closed. This is ridiculous. This is a Lions. This is the Lions Club having a lion. They're having a Lions Club meeting inside the cage with the lion, and actually they would actually have fundraiser dinners where they would serve barbecued lion. So the zoo would actually, I don't know how they picked the lion, but they would slaughter a lion and then cook it and serve it to people. So. But yeah, World War II basically was the demise of it because of wartime rationing. So you know they couldn't get enough meat to feed the lions. So their plan was they closed the zoo. I mean they closed the farm. They loaned out their lions to other zoos with the intention of reopening after the war. But Charles ended up passing away, I believe, in like 1950, and then Muriel shortly after. And then they paved over it for the 10 freeway. So it's the only thing that remains in El Monte of the lion farm. The high school, the mascot is of course the El Monte Lions. They have a statue. One of the lions used to sit out in the entrance of the lion farm. And then the museum, if you've never been to the El Monte Historical Museum, they have a whole section of like, they have actual like lion pelts and claws and pictures and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, like basically World War II was the end of the lion farm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I heard you went to the famous drive-through wild animal park in Orange County.
Lion
right?
Country Safari,
Yes.
yes. Did anybody ever go to Lion Country Safari? Yeah, the drive-through wild animal park. I mean, it's car cultural. It's a drive-through, like getting a hamburger or a donut. Instead, you get a zoo. You get zebras and lions and tigers and bears. No, actually, there were no bears. But oh my, there was a lot of oh my. And a lot of a lot of that too.
And then the next thing that I'm kind of obsessed with that I love, and it's kind of cool because it was like a common theme throughout all of us here is local restaurants, small mom and pop sort of local chains. This is Steak Corral in Whittier. I absolutely love this place because it's a time capsule. It's stuck in 1965. And the thing is, it's one of those things where you start digging into the history of these places, you end up finding out like stories of like interesting people, right? And so like Steak Corral was founded by a gentleman right out of college. His name was Bob Byer. He opened up the first one in San Gabriel in 1961, and his whole thing was, have people be able to go out, have a good time without breaking the bank. That was his whole thing. And also, which is rare now, take care of your employees. So he made sure that if his employees came out and they worked for him, there was a way for them to grow and move up. So at the peak, he had 6 restaurants open at once. Every single one of his restaurants was managed by somebody that started from the bottom and worked their way up to.
And the guy who owns this one started there.
Yes, exactly.
Like that.
Steve Ramirez started. So the Whittier location opened in 1965, which is the only one remaining. And then Steve Ramirez was 17 years old. He started working on Halloween night, 1971, and he has been working there ever since. And when I say like Bob Byer is like a rare person, like when Bob passed away, he put in his will that as long as Steve wanted to run that restaurant, it was his to run. So Steve has been running it since 1971.
Oh, he has that long already?
Yeah, sorry, he's been working there since 71. He's been running it since like 1982, I think.
I love that you know all the numbers. I'm obsessed with, time and numbers are so important in the scheme of what we're doing because the time of everything is, part of the story.
Yeah. And of course, how can you not love a Chuck Wagon salad bar, So, like I said, it's stuck in time. The restaurant, when it opened, they call themselves a Westaurant, which I love.
A Westaurant?
A Westaurant.
What?
Yes.
I never heard that before. A Westaurant?
A Westaurant.
Okay. Can we just have a moment? What did you just say they call this place, Foo Hauser?
A Westaurant.
Oh, gosh.
And I think I skipped over him, but you can kind of see him in the previous slide. You see the little cowboy out front. He was made by the same company that made Bob's Big Boy. And his name, people call him a bunch of stuff. Like they call him Bob's Big Boy. They call him Beefy Bill, which is my favorite, like the name for him, Beefy Bill. But his name is actually the Corral Kid. So that's the Corral Kid.
At the Westaurant.
Oh! And then the Chuck Wagon. When you pull up, you can get a steak dinner with a baked potato and salad for like $20. Like you can't beat that. And when you walk in, you order at the beginning of the Chuck Wagon, and they give you a little wooden board with a name. So like I've been there, and I'm Wyatt Earp.
Yeah, I got Wyatt Earp last time too.
So then you go, you pay, and you go sit at the table, and then they bring out your steak, and the whole place is decorated like a Western restaurant. And they, you can kind of see it in this picture right above the salad. There's like feathers. They actually give kids Indian headbands, which is a little like non-PC, but it's a callback to when the restaurant opened that kids would get that. So that's one of my favorite.
The whole
places.
place is a time capsule. And by the way, have you ever had their homemade pie there?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The pie looks amazing. I didn't get it because of course we were on our way to an ice cream stand after, but. Yeah. It looked amazing.
No, they bake their pies in-house, and they actually make their dressings in-house too. And then the cheese bread that they serve with your food, they fry those and make the croutons for the salad. So those are amazing.
Oh, they repurpose the leftover cheese bread as the croutons.
Yes.
That's so normal, though. Some places do. Leftover food because they repurpose it, like soups in coffee shops is like leftover what didn't get. Well, sorry, I didn't mean to go off on that.
No. Oh, so that's it.
Well, thank you, Foo Hauser. Yeah, so The Steak Corral is in Whittier. It is open right now. After this, you could go there and enjoy the ambiance of an incredible time capsule. I know, like all you guys, I love a good time capsule, time warp, whatever you call it what you will. But there's something very amazing and rarefied about experiencing a place where time has kind of stood stillish. And I find it kind of magical and a memorable experience. Oh, I almost said my next guest, but so are we doing questions now, Kevin? Kevin's the showrunner. Or do you want me to talk for a second or do questions? Questions?
We just had a small number of questions.
Okay.
Okay. So first one got sent in from Dino. It's specific for you, Charles. If you could have any mint condition off the showroom, vintage or classic car, which model and year?
So I thank you about asking about classic cars. I grew up on a used car lot in Ontario, California, so you know, the first memories of my life were sparkling cars driving by me when I was like this tall and they were that tall. So I really react to the space age cars, space age American cars. I don't really have a favorite. I'll tell you the kinds of cars that I like the most are survivor class, unrestored, low mileage original cars, ones that have never like been deteriorated or let go. You know, someone didn't park it underneath a tree or at the bottom of a river for 20 years or whatever. So undeteriorated, low mileage, unrestored factory original cars are always my favorite. So that would be the answer to that. I don't have one particular one. I just like that's my secret sauce, is getting like the car that is the secret weapon, is the car that's never, ever been deteriorated. Like, people say, well, how is that possible? That car only has 9,000 original miles and it's 60 years old. I'm like, well, Grandpa bought it for Grandma, and Grandma didn't like it, so she didn't drive it, but they kept it. You know, that's how it goes. Like the record that somebody bought and never played, it's like that.
All right. And this is for everybody, and I guess if you just want to go one by one, what inspired each of you to pursue your specific type of storytelling or history stories? So if you just want to go one by one.
Yeah, so I mean, just like Hugh and a lot of people, Hugh Hauser, like I would watch him as a kid. I don't do the Southern accent, and I don't stick a microphone in people's face. But
don't?
I'll occasionally drop that's amazing when I'm in my head. But you know, I mean, I have a background in history. I have I studied history at UC Merced. Shout out to Bobcats, go Bobcats. And then I have a master's degree in archive studies. I'm an archivist by day. That's my day job. But my wife, who's here, Ellie, she had to suffer through all my lectures when we drive everywhere. So she's actually the one that pushed me to start, you know, posting online. So you have her to thank for me, you know, getting on there. But yeah.
Are you the videographer? You're really good.
Yeah, she's the Louis to my Huel. Yeah.
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 Barkev?
Well, I feel like I don't have a definitive answer, but I've always yapped the ears off of all my friends and showing them all these places I love. I've naturally been drawn to it. I've lived in Los Angeles my whole life. So I thought everything I love, I just want to show it to everyone and have everyone be obsessed with the same things as me. And I'm genuinely passionate about it and sort of don't shut up about it. So I feel like I can get a lot of people interested or start talking about it if they didn't even sort of appreciate what was around them or really understand how significant like a motel sign is. So it's really exciting for me to get more people into it.
And you do a very good job of that.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, yes. So, like I said before, Hugh Hauser was my inspiration, and I do the same thing to my wife. I say the same thing over and over again. Do you know that? Yes, you know. So, yes. So she hears the same thing over and over again. I'm a school district truck driver and a school bus driver. I get to go to all the schools in Long Beach, all the mid-century schools all over the Southland. So I get to explore the school campuses like no other. So that's a perk of the job. So I'm loving that also. All right.
Was there another question, Kevin?
Yeah, we'll just have one last one. What's next for all of you and future plans?
Q, why don't you go? Oh, sorry. You want to go first?
Yes, well, I started my YouTube channel, so I'm gonna start showing my face. I started social media without showing my face and without talking, so So now I need to transition. I'm working on transitioning into that also. Having some FaceTime on my social media.
Good. We need to see your face.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Well, I'm trying to think. I always do a million things at once, and everything I do is sort of last minute, I feel like. But I am working with the Southwestern Law School Bullocks-Wilshire Archives right now to create a collection honoring the building's architectural details, which then goes back into helping restore the building and continue keeping it beautiful. So that's exciting.
Yeah, so I bit off more than I could chew this year. I started doing a daily Today in California history thing. So I'm gonna be so thankful when that's over because it's exhausting. Because my longer format videos kind of suffered. I have a video that I've been working on since like April, long format. So right now I'm just trying to get through the end of this. And then I would love to do Route 66 in California. So kind of do a little road trip along there. And then also like a Coachella Valley kind of road trip. Like those are the big projects that I have in mind for the future. But right now I just got to get through this daily history thing, and then I'm never doing that again.
Oh, it is a lot of work. It is a lot of work. My next thing is I have 2 shows coming up. One is Aloha Land, which is the big retro dream vacation slideshow tour of Hawaii in the 50s and 60s, created entirely with slides taken by people visiting Hawaii in the 50s and 60s. And then my big Halloween Land slideshow, which is happening as part of the Anaheim Fall Festival. And this year is their 100th anniversary, or maybe 101st, of the Anaheim Halloween Parade. So all that's on my website, charlesphoenix.com. So are we wrapping up, Kevin?
Yeah, I
Is
think
this the
that's
wrap
gonna-
up? Okay.
yeah.
Well, the real reason, there's 2 things I want to say wrapping up. One is you guys mentioned Huell Hauser. Where do we begin to behold the glory of the great Huell Hauser? I know. I mean, we should all say it together on the, that's amazing. That's amazing on the count of 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
That's amazing.
One more time on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. That's amazing. I know, Huell, you're amazing wherever you are. We're all eternally grateful for all the time and energy and efforts and stories you told. And the other thing that I wanted to say is, I just want to tell you guys, all 3 of you, Javier, Barkev, and Q, the reason I wanted you to be here with me today is because I wanted to have the opportunity to tell you all in front of as many people as possible, you're all 3 heroes to me for what you do all the time, every day. The stories you tell, keeping the spirit and the soul alive and the culture of Southern California, each and every one of you do such an amazing job, and I'm privileged to be right here, sitting here, with you guys on this stage. Thank you, Javier. Thank you, Barkev. And thank you, Q, for being so amazing. So I guess that's it, right? Are we?
Yeah, that's gonna
I
be
guess
it.
we did it. Thank you guys so much for being here today. And let's have a round of applause for La La La.
One more round of applause. All right, thank you so much for attending today's LA Made. The success of LA Made and literally all of our library programs could not happen without the support of you, our patrons. So we thank you so much and have a great rest of your afternoon.